Hi, Cancer. So, welcome back. I hope that you all are doing well. Let's just jump straight into your reading. So, Cancers, some of you are on a journey of stepping into your divine purpose, right? And because you have chosen to take this path, right, you radiate and emit a certain light to you, right? Some of you may be into spirituality, and you may have decided to uh, dive deeper into that, right? So, one of the things that came through was like priesthood, right? Some of you may be divine priestess in some way, for whoever this reading is for. And by answering this path, it's going to have the effect of healing those around you, right? Um, you begin to attract a lot more things in nature. So when you're outside, some of you, I don't know if you heard the bird just now, so that's confirmation, but some of you, when you're out in nature, you begin to attract a lot more birds. I don't know if that's something that some of you would have observed, but you have really answered this call to go on this spiritual journey, right? Um, because see what had happened before, I'm getting the sense that you were aware of this particular calling, but it wasn't one that you would have answered to right away. It's almost like the universe had to create some, I want to say, friction and separation so that you can go into your own corner and do what it is that you have to do, because what you were doing at the time, it's not like that's something that wasn't a necessary stepping stone, but it's as though what you have to offer, it would not have been appreciated back then. It just wasn't the right time, right? So I'm hearing like divine timing. So some of you may have started this journey off a while ago, and more recently you would have put more focus into it, right? The thing is, I'm picking up that there was some breakdown that was divinely orchestrated so that you would remove yourself from a particular situation or a particular place or from a particular person, so that you would be able to really immerse yourself into this divine calling that has been placed on you, right? Um, but I want to delve deeper into the conflict, like what was that conflict that would have transpired, so that some of you would be better able to resonate. And with that, take what resonates, leave the rest, don't force it. Um, so there's a energy of conflict, right? With the Eight of Swords, yeah, at the time, your gifts were beginning to come online, and there was so much happening that kind of took your focus away from it, right? As opposed to putting in the time to really like sharpen that sword. It was like all of these different distractions were coming through, and you weren't able to really focus in on your craft, right? To the back of the deck, we have the Ten of Swords. And so, perhaps for some of you may have been under attack by those around you. And it's not necessarily so much so, the people, but it's really whatever entities and spirits that are attached to people. It's like they would use those individuals that were in your close circle, right? So, for instance, if you have experienced things like delay or stagnancy, those energies were allowed to come into your auric field because of the people that you were surrounded by. And so, Spirit had to remove you from that particular situation, from that particular person, because it was just taking too much of your fuel and too much of your time to have to go through those experiences and then recover, when that time could have been better spent on your craft, right? So, yeah. And the thing is, Cancers, those energies of like delay and stagnancy, those energies came into your life to really blind you, right? But you weren't blinded. You kept your focus, although, things may have not happened in a timely manner or in a time where you would have wanted it to take place. You were not blinded by what was going on. I get the sense that you were completely aware. And in some instances, you may not have known how to treat with those particular situations and persons, and you left it up to like the Most High or whatever higher power you believe in. But you, the intent behind all of the attacks was to keep you blinded from the thing that you were destined to do, right? Um, and I'm getting the sense that these people will show up again. Um, these people will show up again, and when they do show up, it will be at a time where they're better able to be more appreciative of what you're able to bring to the table, because before then, it was still on you to really create a path of direction for yourself and to create a clear path of direction, right? So, it almost seems like this journey of I'm going to put you in these situations so that you return to it. It's almost like the universe was strategic and how things would have panned out for you at the time. But there are two individuals that are very close to you, that during that time you may have not been in any contact with, right? Um, because look at that. It's like you're doing this work and they're not really focused on the beauty that you're bringing into the picture, right? The beauty that you bring into their life. And Spirit took note of that. And so, the universe created the situation to pull you away from that so that you can really just pour into yourself, so that when you reunite with these individuals, they would they would value you a lot more, believe it or not, right? Because I get the sense that these individuals may have thought that you weren't someone who would have walked away. Um, it's given a little bit of arrogance, but it wasn't even you so much walking away. It's the universe set things up in place for you to make a decision, hence the Two of Swords, right? But all of these energies that weren't in alignment with you, um, the intention behind sending it your way was to kind of cloud your judgment, right? But it seems as though they were unsuccessful at doing that. No, it's like once you realize what was taking place, you sprung right into action. The delay that they had intended to introduce into your life was not something that stuck, because you really put in the effort to propel yourself forward into this direction that you're being called into, right? I'm hearing like faith without work is dead. This was something that you were fated to do. Um, and that situation arose so that you can put actions behind intentions, right? So let's see, this card fell out. We have the World card. Um, okay, we have the World card. We have the Emperor. So now that whenever there's this reuniting of these individuals, they will definitely see you differently. You have gone through a series of trials and tribulations that, many around you, I don't know if they would have had the gall to like make it through and actually turn it into something positive, but you did. And because of that, Cancers, there is a certain air of confidence to you. And I'm also getting like authority, right? When people see you, they are not too quick to, when certain people see you, they do come to you with a level of respect now because of the level of and the amount of transformations that you would have gone through. It's almost like they put more respect on your name, right? It's almost like they put more respect on your name, and they're actually very, I almost get the sense that they're actually so very much so invested in your life journey. And even as I say that, I'm picking up this strange energy, like maybe perhaps, let me see, let me see. Spirit, what is this strange energy, right? Right. Okay. So we have the Queen of Cups and we have the Devil. I'm going to censor these two, but as you can see, there was something that, is like having the, I don't know if any of you are familiar with the term like "don't let the devil use you." Is what I just said previously is like is not really the people that are around you. I mean, it is the people that are around you, but because they are around you, they are able to get through to you, and so sometimes these negative energies will um, use the individuals around you to kind of distract and throw you off from what it is that you are destined to do. But at the end of the day, you've already taken your throne. I get the sense that you are very sure about who you are and what you're supposed to be doing at this time. But even with this devil card, maybe there's a couple, what I'm thinking too, Cancers, there's a couple that has been very invested in you and for the wrong reasons, right? So if you find that there's always this couple that comes up, or you find that they may be the root of some contention in your life, this is how you'll be able to identify it. um, I get the sense now that the pendulum is beginning to swing in a different direction just because you're no longer redirecting your energy into things that don't serve you, right? But this couple, they're very, like, they're too focused on what you're doing at this time. Um, and I get the sense that it's like you are it's strange, right? I want to say it's like they talk about you when they're like pastime, like pillow talk, right? Know why that is. Why is it that this couple is so focused on what Cancers is doing? You know what? Because they see where you're going. They see the potential that you have. They see what's placed on your life. And any missile that they can shoot to kind of throw you off, I get the sense that they do. But let me see. Because I'm picking up on this energy. Spirit, what is this energy? And the thing is, we have the Hierophant, right? And here are these two same like individuals where you are at the center of their life is so strange. It's almost like this couple needs to get a life and stop worrying about yours, right? That is so strange. It's almost like for those of you that may um not really be taking like the traditional like work path, they look at that and they see that in awe, right? They and I get the sense that this is for individuals that may not necessarily be working like a traditional 9 to 5. It's like you're going out there and you are betting on yourself to make income, and because of that, there's a lot of jealousy and competition that comes in. But at the end of the day, it's not as though they don't see you in high regard with the Hierophant card, because they do. It's just that they are very envious of you and very jealous of you. Um, they pretend as though they're happy for you, when in actuality they are not, right? You know, but something is going to take place where it redirects their focus. So for some of them, I'm sensing like, okay, so let me give you what's coming through. One of one of the individuals in this couple, I'm getting the sense that one of them may fall ill. One of them may fall ill, and it's not something that's going to come to you right away. It's going to take some time, but that should be confirmation for you when it does happen, right? Someone may be falling ill pretty soon, and it's not that we're wishing it on them. It's just that the amount of evil eye that they've been sending towards you, that energy, if it doesn't stick and plant, then it has to go. It'll usually boomerang back to sender, right? So it's almost like a return to sender type of effect, um, that I see taking place, which will kind of redirect their focus away from you, right? Look at how she's looking at um look at how she's looking. It's just like, it seems like there's a lot of watching. Um it seems like there's a lot of watching, but you know, Spirit had to prepare you for these types of individuals and these types of situations, because what is going to come up in your next chapter, and like I said, for some of you, that may be shamanhood, priesthood, just something more so in that spiritual realm. And so, how much cards is this? I'm going to take these cards. So we have the Queen of Wands of Justice comes in. Is Did I not just say karma is going back around to them? So they're going to experience some challenges. Um, and the thing is, instead of focusing on themselves, because notice what's around the Hierophant, right? This person, you may be a person who's very well read. You may like to do a lot of research, look into things, fact check, right? Um, and I also get the sense that this couple may have been affecting like your finances. It's almost like they were wishing for your downfall. But it didn't work. You're sitting cool, calm, and collected. You're still manifesting. You're still manifesting. You're still attracting the things in life that you want. So they weren't successful, right? So I'm going to pull one more card. What can Cancers expect in the up and coming month, Spirit? Mm, okay. So, let's see. What can Cancers expect in the upcoming month? I see this card here. We have the Page of Swords that's upright, and we have the Nine of Cups. So they're going to be bitter, right? The opportunity that they thought they had, when they thought that they were able to like, steal your joy in some sense by sending you evil eye, sending you negative energy, or always I want to say happy when things don't go right for you. At the end of the day, um they will begin to start to experience hardship. So just be on the lookout, because I get the sense that for some of you, you may not really be aware of who this couple is, but it's someone that is not so closely connected to you, but it's someone that you know, right? And so when these things start to play out for them, that should be confirmation for you that this couple was the one that may have perhaps been sending you all these negative vibes or what have you, right? So I'm going to use this card, right? I want to close what you're reading with this deck. And even the achievement, you're still going to be achieving the things that you want. And, you know, it's allowed you to be able to set better boundaries with people. So I find that you may not, I'm feeling like you may not be as open with like what's going on in your life. Maybe perhaps you may have shared things and this information may have gotten to this couple. So I'm also sensing like you're now kind of just cautious of who you share information with, because it seems like it pedals back to this couple, right? It's strange. It's very strange. Setting boundaries, right, is to the bottom of the deck. So you're no longer moving the same Cancers. That's the thing. They thought that you would remain that version of yourself, and that's the thing. You're continuously transforming. It's like they can't keep up. Your phoenix rising. You rise from the ashes. If anything, you flourish. You flourish when things go wrong, because it gives you an opportunity to have an experience where you can learn and strengthen yourself, right? Setting boundaries is coming up again. Oh, you're very strong on boundaries right now, Cancer. It's like you, those boundaries that you would have set up, they are air tight. Twin flames. Twin flames. So, you know, it's like they were trying to get in between you and your twin flame. Look how this tiger is just here. So in one breath, the way I see this, they were trying to get in between you two. But little do they know, because this is something destined by the Most High, you have spiritual guides, angels, deities that will begin to viciously guard this union, right? Um, because they didn't want to see this happen. This couple didn't want to see this happen. And if you notice, it's like two individuals, two individuals. So I'm getting the sense that someone was very envious of you and your counterpart, right? Let's see. Clairvoyance. And you know, it's like you know who these individuals are without having like the physical proof, but you always had an idea that, you know, maybe it's these individuals, as well as you may be in the process of like doing something, and for some reason washing dishes comes to me, and then the information, the download is going to come through, and you're going to be like, aha. It's going to be like a eureka moment. You'll begin to put the pieces of the puzzle together and say, you know what, let me create distance between me and this couple, right? So yeah, they play like they're your friends, but they're not really your friends. They want to keep you close so they could see when you experience challenges and downfalls. So they're like fake friends to me, right? So let me pull a philosophical card to close what you're reading, to see what advice Spirit has for you. Spirit, what advice do you want the Cancers at this time? It says water cycle. Like the earth, I am made of water flowing through my veins. Just like the rain that falls down only to be carried back up, my body too is a cycle. Every sip revitalizes me and brings me a sense of gratefulness. Okay, so be grateful during this time. It may be an uncomfortable time, but I'm sensing be grateful for the lessons in this particular cycle of your life. And then the next card is taking control. I cannot control how people treat me. Confirmation. Interact with me or communicate with me. I only control my actions and responses. I will not be affected by how others view me. Instead, I will embrace my own self love and self assurance for guidance. There you have the Cancers. Bye.